Day 10 on the Chevy Silverado build. I've got everything placed in here so you can kind of see the progress happening. Last night got the amp covers, got the body filling and all that stuff done. Came in this morning, sanded stuff down. Now I can show you kind of what it's going to look like. Check it out. So there it is with the sub enclosure in, the back panel. These obviously will be sitting up like so, but I don't have the magnets. Haven't tested those yet on there. But those will be up there like that, but obviously right now they're just sitting there. Everything looks all right. I do have some structural issues on that side. The epoxy that I used last night, we'll go ahead and throw that stuff in the trash because it did not do what it said it would do. It did not bond the wood to the plastic in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, see, I'll show you my failures. I ain't scared. That's how you learn. But yeah, it completely separated. It actually kept the body filler from bonding, so gonna go in, gonna grind these real quick, gonna hit them with the epoxies, and then I have an idea on how I'm gonna finish this out. I have a test piece in there that I need to see. So we haven't quite finalized this piece yet because with that hard of a 90 transition, that ugly blend that's gonna go on there, the flexing, it's really hard to come up with something that's gonna make it look right. And I don't really just wanna hit it with carpet, even though that is an option. I could just carpet it to match this carpet that across, do the fronts and something, which may be what happens. But of course I have other plans, but I have to test them because I've never done it before. And that's the whole beauty of owning your own shop. I don't have a boss or anybody I have to deal with. I don't have to clock in, clock out. The only thing I have to do is make sure the vehicle's done at a time that a customer doesn't get angry. But outside of that, I have the freedom to do whatever I want, try whatever I want, and experiment. The only thing is how much time am I willing to put into it? And obviously I'm willing to stay here till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning every night. So if you're willing to do that stuff, then you can try new things and test it out. And if it doesn't work, then you know, you move on. But if you say you want to leave right at 5 o'clock, then you better just carpet it and move on because you don't have time to be jacking around. All right, so today has been eye-opening. So I really wanted to try something I'd never done before, and it was an absolute failure, complete catastrophic failure. So I have lost, well, let's say, last night I was here until 12:30. I could have left at 5 yesterday because everything I did from 5 o'clock to 12:30 did not work. Just didn't work at all. So then today, I tried to kind of band-aid it, which is always a bad idea, but I was like, I can probably salvage this. Couldn't salvage it. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna try something else. Again, with a material I've never used before. Really logic thinking here when I'm on a timeline. It failed miserably. So I'm basically starting over right now at 7 o'clock at night on a Saturday. So for all those out there who feel like you are no good at something or you fail, look at me. I'm inducted in the Hall of Fame this year. I'm up for Installer of the Year. I am considered in the industry one of the upper echelon, especially when it comes to fabricating. And no, not on this one, baby. So I'm starting completely over and I'm going back to what I know, what I can do. I was just trying to do something. I was trying to do work with, first of all, I'll show you what one of the biggest screw ups was. All right, so the epoxy I used last night, which I'm sorry I keep framing out. The epoxy I used last night was straight trash. Did not realize it, but it was trash. It did not hold, so it separated everywhere. So then I was like, all right, fine. I'm gonna bust out the big guns, bust out my big 2-part 3M stuff. This guy spent a lot of money on it. I just don't like wasting these because it would be such a small area and my tubes are so big, I use the other epoxy. So I bust out this stuff, which this should have been able to save the day. You see that? Yeah, the inside of there, the bottom exploded as I was trying to press it out, and it's trash. So that sucks. So once that happened, kind of killed that whole concept. That was gone. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna try something else. Foam. I bought these blocks of foam, and I was like, I need this to be lightweight. It can't be real heavy. That's the big thing. So I was like, all right, we'll go with blocks of foam. I can shape it. I can put it on there, blah, blah, blah. I tried everything. I tried every adhesive, every epoxy, everything I have here, and nothing will make that foam stick to that plastic. That plastic is being a real pain in the butt, and I've grinded it down to 40 grit, so I don't know what's up with this plastic. Nothing wants to stick. So we're gonna go all the way back. We're starting over. We're gonna go back to what we know, what I know I'm good at, what made me famous. We're going fiberglass. I was gonna try and avoid fiberglassing, but I'm gonna go ahead and just fiberglass it. So I'll do a full stretch over this thing, make it all one piece. I was just trying to do something different, but hell, I could have did this yesterday at noon, had it ready to go and sanded down by 5. I mean, I would have been ahead of schedule, but you know, you can't blame yourself or fault for trying to do something different. I mean, that's the whole name of the game. If I did the same thing over and over, this would suck. But you can tell my mental state, just so you know, by the condition of my shop. And yeah, when you see my shop this messed up, you know I'm not having a good day. You know it's a bad, bad day. So I am going to form up the inside here. I got to put some spacers in there to form them so they'll hold shape. Take the fronts off, wrap this, staple it, resin it, let the resin cure. I can't run the resin hot. I need to run it very, very slow cooking. So it's gonna have to sit all night. Because if I run it hot, it's gonna warp. It's gonna pull the sides in, and it's gonna warp the whole board so bad that it's not gonna wanna snap back in the truck. So I've got to run that at a very, very, very low mix, which means I won't be done with it tonight. So I'm gonna go home and have dinner because the family's getting a little irritated that I'm here all the time. I'm gonna go home, have dinner, and then I'm gonna come back. So we've got the wrap around the amp cover. So what we got here is we've got mold fabric. It's been stapled and glued on the back side. Just enough tension to create the shape. And we've got the piece saturated, so we'll let it sit in here and bake. Probably bake overnight. I'm gonna go work on the covers that are gonna go over the amplifiers, the windows. So we need to go ahead and bead this seam out, hit it with body filler, get that all sanded down, smoothed out. Gonna fill those holes that I used to screw it down to hold it in place, get those sanded down, filled in. So today was pretty much a learning lesson and a wash. Definitely didn't make any headway, went backwards quite a few steps. Shop's a complete wreck right now, but it's I think 11 o'clock. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. You know, you just have to throw the towel in sometimes. There's no deadline on this truck, but I'd set one for myself and I'm gonna miss it. But it's not worth cutting corners or doing stupid stuff. I attempted to do something, it didn't work out, and it cost me a couple days. In the long run, it's really no big deal, but I am really, really tired of being here till midnight every night. So I'm gonna go ahead and be done. I've got the covers set here, they're set up. So they're body filled, smooth, so I'll sand those down tomorrow. I don't feel like sitting here waiting on things to cure up. I did do a test. So this is the original color. This is the spray that I got. I wanted to see how the speaker box coating actually painted. Didn't come out too bad, but the texture, I'm not sure if I'm digging it. But again, actually, I was gonna say something. I need to stop. I was gonna try something. I gotta quit trying stuff. experimentation is over on this truck. I need to get it done. Tomorrow, I have family stuff going on all day until like 3 or 4. So tomorrow's gonna be like a half day, but I'm gonna get over here, get the fiberglass routed out, sanded down, body filled, smoothed, and ready for its finish. Get the covers sanded down, ready for their finish. Finish the third brake lights, polishing, get it all done. And then hopefully by Monday, we're putting this stuff in, hook up the power wire, turn this system on, and it actually is playing and everything's good to go. But I still have to do the upholstery. I may see if any of my children want to come help old dad. See if they want to go ahead and strip the material off these seats and at least get it started for me so I'm not so far behind. That's that. I'll see you tomorrow.